Chosen one, what you are stepping into right now is unlike anything you have ever experienced. This is a pivotal moment in your spiritual evolution where your consciousness expands beyond human and divine limitations. You are not just growing, you are recalibrating the way reality interacts with you. The God shift you are witnessing is the awakening of a higher order awareness, where your intentions, thoughts, and energy begin to influence the world around you in ways that were once unimaginable. The experiences, struggles, and insights you have accumulated were preparing you for this. What once seemed distant or impossible is now aligning with your inner truth. You are moving from passive wishing to active manifestation, from observing life to consciously shaping it. This is not about ego or power over others. It is about mastery over yourself and alignment with the divine order. To fully engage with this awakening, take a moment to signal your commitment. Pause, reflect, and mark this moment by writing the number 11. This simple act grounds your intention and amplifies your connection to the shift unfolding in your life. The path ahead will demand wisdom, discernment, and presence, but those who remain aligned will experience reality bending toward the expression of their highest purpose. This is more than transformation. This is a recalibration of existence itself. You have changed the rules, and the game of life will now respond to your awakened consciousness. The journey you are stepping into is not just a personal milestone. It is a cosmic event in your soul's timeline. Your awakening represents a convergence of destiny, spiritual purpose, and human potential, signaling that you are no longer merely living life, but actively participating in the orchestration of reality itself. This is a moment where the veil between human limitations and divine possibility begins to thin, allowing you to perceive truth beyond ordinary comprehension. Understanding the significance of this shift is crucial because it reframes every struggle, heartbreak, and triumph you've experienced as intentional preparation. Each challenge has been a teacher, each setback a calibration, guiding you toward mastery over your inner and outer world. Without recognizing the importance of this awakening, one risks moving through life with fragmented consciousness, missing the profound influence you are capable of wielding. Ultimately, this is a call to responsibility and alignment. The importance of your journey lies not in personal accolades, but in the profound ripple effect your fully realized presence creates. As you step into this elevated role, every action, thought, and intention you hold carries the potential to reshape systems, heal generational wounds, and awaken others to their own divine potential. This is the transformative power of the God shift. In my perspective, stepping into this divine role is one of the most exhilarating yet humbling experiences a human can undergo. It is not about ego, fame, or external recognition. It is about embracing your soul's truth and letting that light guide every part of your life. There is a unique joy and clarity that comes from knowing you are living exactly as you were meant to, and that every trial you endured has been meaningful preparation. I believe that the God shift is an invitation to fully reclaim your authority over your reality. It's a rare opportunity to redefine what power means, not as control over others, but as mastery over your own consciousness, emotions, and actions. This is where true freedom lies, in aligning your human experience with divine wisdom, and in doing so, becoming a living channel for transformation. Personally, I find the most inspiring part of this journey is witnessing the subtle yet profound ways life begins to respond to you. Doors open that were previously closed. Synchronicities appear with striking clarity, and the alignment between purpose and experience becomes undeniable. To me, this is the most powerful proof that stepping into this role is not only essential, it is inevitable for those who are ready to awaken. Every soul enters this world carrying a blueprint, a design that predates physical existence. This blueprint holds the essence of your mission, the unique combination of lessons, gifts, and responsibilities you are meant to embody. Recognizing that your life is intentionally designed rather than random allows you to move beyond frustration, fear, or confusion about why certain experiences occur. Every challenge, joy, and encounter is a thread in the tapestry of your soul's evolution. Understanding your divine purpose begins with listening deeply to your inner voice, intuition, and the subtle nudges that guide your actions. These are not mere coincidences. They are signposts from the universe reminding you of your pre-birth commitments. When external validation or societal pressures conflict with your inner calling, returning to your designed mission acts as a compass, helping you navigate life's storms without losing direction. Finally, understanding intentional design is empowering because it reframes the concept of failure. Missteps are no longer permanent setbacks. They are recalibrations, adjustments in the divine plan. Every experience, pleasant or painful, serves the higher goal of activating your potential and preparing you to step fully into your God-shifted role. Long before you were born, your soul made agreements to experience specific challenges, relationships, and opportunities. This spiritual contract is like a sacred script, guiding the unfolding of your life toward purpose and growth. Recognizing this agreement is a profound awakening. It allows you to see beyond surface-level events and understand the spiritual reasoning behind life's twists and turns. Returning to your mission often involves revisiting past wounds and lessons that were meant to prepare you. While these experiences may feel difficult or unfair, they were orchestrated to develop resilience, empathy, and wisdom. When you view life through this lens, even pain becomes a tool for spiritual elevation. A key aspect of embracing your contract is courage. It requires stepping into experiences that may feel daunting, unfamiliar, or even overwhelming, knowing that each step is a deliberate choice of your soul. Trusting this contract opens doors to opportunities and synchronicities that align perfectly with your intended journey. By acknowledging this preordained mission, you can release societal expectations or personal fears that may have previously held you back. You gain clarity on why certain relationships or experiences enter and exit your life, and you cultivate patience in understanding that each moment is unfolding according to divine timing. Finally, recognizing your spiritual contract transforms everyday life into a sacred practice. Every decision, every act of service, every intention becomes a conscious alignment with your higher purpose, deepening both your spiritual authority and your capacity to influence the world around you. The God shift is the phenomenon of transcending traditional limitations of both human experience and spiritual understanding. It is an awakening that allows you to access realms of consciousness previously thought inaccessible, blurring the lines between ordinary reality and divine possibility. This shift is not a gift given. It is a mastery earned through preparation, awareness, and alignment with your soul's purpose. When a God shift occurs, the individual begins to perceive life differently. Ordinary challenges are seen as opportunities for higher expression. Relationships are navigated with empathy and insight rather than reaction. Decisions are guided not by fear or ego, but by wisdom that recognizes the interconnectedness of all life. This awakening also reshapes your understanding of power. It moves from external validation, material accumulation, or control over others, to influence rooted in clarity, discernment, and service. True authority is realized not by commanding the world, but by mastering your inner landscape and acting in harmony with universal law. The God shift often manifests in subtle yet profound ways: heightened intuition, sudden clarity in decision-making, and synchronicities that defy coincidence. It is as if life itself begins to conspire with your purpose, supporting the alignment between human experience and divine intention. Ultimately, this shift redefines identity. You are no longer merely human, limited by circumstance and conditioning, nor are you a distant, untouchable divine force. You exist in a dynamic balance, embodying both realms, capable of reshaping reality while remaining fully present in human experience. True authority is not gained through titles, recognition, or dominance. It is cultivated within, through alignment with your inner wisdom. When you awaken to your spiritual authority, you recognize that your decisions, words, and actions are reflections of a higher intelligence guiding your life. This inner power is steady, unwavering, and unshakable, even amid chaos. Developing this authority requires deep self-awareness. You must observe your thoughts, emotions, and impulses without judgment, learning to respond rather than react. In doing so, your energy becomes magnetic, drawing situations, people, and opportunities that resonate with your authentic self. You begin to understand that your presence alone can influence the energy of a room, a team, or even larger systems. Inner authority also means trusting your intuition over external approval. This is challenging in a world conditioned to reward conformity, yet it is essential for stepping into your God-shifted role. Every conscious choice, every moment of integrity, and every act of aligned courage strengthens your inner authority. It is a continuous refinement that transforms you into a figure whose influence is both profound and benevolent, creating a legacy that transcends your lifetime. The invisible realm, the world of energy, consciousness, and unseen influence, is where your preparation for divine leadership begins. Here, every struggle, heartbreak, and moment of doubt acts as a lesson designed to strengthen your resilience, empathy, and discernment. The world may not see these trials, but the unseen forces are shaping you into a leader capable of profound impact. These challenges often feel unfair or isolating, yet they are opportunities to cultivate patience, humility, and courage. Each test is like a spiritual gym, building muscles of emotional intelligence, intuition, and discernment that will guide your every action in moments of visible leadership. Leadership in the invisible realm is also about energy mastery. You learn that your thoughts, words, and intentions carry real influence, shaping outcomes in subtle yet undeniable ways. This understanding cultivates responsibility, ensuring that your power is exercised with awareness, care, and integrity. Moreover, these lessons teach you to navigate uncertainty. The unseen realm is fluid, unpredictable, and often incomprehensible. Learning to trust yourself and the divine flow prepares you to make decisions that align with higher purpose rather than temporary convenience or fear. Ultimately, the trials of the invisible realm prepare you for visible leadership. They refine your ability to inspire, guide, and manifest transformation in the world, ensuring that when you step into public influence, you are grounded, wise, and fully capable of wielding authority without harm or arrogance. The first step in awakening beyond ego is realizing that societal measures of success, money, status, and recognition are external illusions that rarely reflect your true potential. The ego thrives on comparison, validation, and fear, keeping you tethered to temporary satisfaction rather than eternal fulfillment. Transcending ego requires turning inward, observing your motivations, and questioning whether your choices serve authentic purpose or simply feed pride and fear. As this awareness deepens, you begin to find joy in creation, service, and alignment, rather than in applause or accolades. One of the most powerful shifts in consciousness is understanding that success is no longer measured by what you have achieved, but by the lives you touch and the energy you radiate. Leadership, influence, and personal power are rooted in presence, clarity, and compassionate action, not in material accumulation. Transcending ego also liberates you from societal pressures and comparisons. You stop measuring your journey against others and instead focus on fulfilling your unique soul blueprint. This shift allows creativity, intuition, and divine guidance to flourish, opening pathways to breakthroughs that were impossible when ego ruled. Finally, awakening beyond ego instills humility, patience, and resilience. You understand that failure is a teacher, struggle is a guide, and recognition is a byproduct, not a goal. This clarity frees you to step into your God-shifted potential, fully present, fully aligned, and fully empowered. Divine timing is the invisible rhythm orchestrating your life. Everything, from encounters to opportunities, occurs at precisely the right moment. The challenge is surrendering control and trusting that the universe's timing is more intelligent than our human schedules and expectations. Patience is essential. Often, the most pivotal breakthroughs seem delayed or hidden. Yet these intervals are critical for preparation, reflection, and growth. By honoring the timing of life, you allow circumstances, relationships, and insights to align perfectly with your purpose. Trusting divine timing also requires releasing anxiety about outcomes. When you stop forcing events, people, or results, you step into a state of flow, where synchronicities, insights, and opportunities appear effortlessly. Life feels more abundant, effortless, and aligned. This alignment is deeply transformative. You begin to notice patterns, signs, and subtle nudges that guide you toward your soul's mission. Each moment becomes a teaching, and every experience carries significance beyond its immediate appearance. Ultimately, trusting divine timing strengthens faith, resilience, and clarity. It teaches that rushing, resisting, or manipulating outcomes only delays growth. By surrendering to the natural unfolding of your journey, you step fully into your God-shifted potential, confident that every experience is exactly where it needs to be. Mastery begins within. Controlling your mental and spiritual realms requires discipline, awareness, and consistent practice. When your thoughts are aligned with purpose and your emotions are balanced, your external world begins to reflect this inner mastery. Spiritual mastery involves understanding energy, the life force that governs all experiences. By cultivating awareness of your own energy and learning to influence the energy around you, you gain the ability to shape outcomes, inspire others, and manifest intention with precision. Mental mastery complements this by training focus, clarity, and resilience. Through meditation, reflection, and conscious decision-making, you learn to filter distractions, release unhelpful patterns, and direct your intellect toward meaningful creation rather than fear-based reaction. Wisdom, not force, is the true tool of influence. When you combine spiritual and mental mastery, you act decisively yet compassionately, inspire through example, and lead without imposing. Your impact grows exponentially because it emerges naturally from alignment rather than coercion. Ultimately, mastery over these realms transforms life itself. Challenges are seen as opportunities, relationships become vehicles for growth, and your actions ripple outward with profound effect. This is the essence of stepping fully into God-shifted consciousness, where your influence is subtle, powerful, and transformative. Consciousness shapes reality. The way you perceive, interpret, and respond to life directly influences outcomes. When your awareness expands beyond habitual patterns and ego-driven thinking, you gain the ability to consciously reshape your experience. Awakened consciousness allows you to recognize the illusions and limitations that previously dictated your life. You see opportunities where others see obstacles, solutions where others see problems, and potential where others see scarcity. This shift transforms ordinary experiences into profound lessons and acts of creation. Through awareness, you also understand the power of intention. Every thought, word, and action carries weight, and when aligned with purpose, these small acts ripple across reality, creating tangible changes. Life begins to feel like a co-creation, not a random series of events. This transformation requires consistent practice. Mindfulness, reflection, and intentional decision-making are tools that allow you to navigate life with clarity and grace. Over time, your influence grows as your consciousness expands, and you naturally begin to reshape circumstances without force or struggle. Finally, rewriting reality is an act of empowerment. You reclaim authority over your experiences, break free from limiting beliefs, and step fully into the God-shifted role of co-creator with the universe. Life becomes a mirror of your alignment, and each day offers new opportunities to manifest your highest potential. True leadership is not about accolades or applause. It is about the silent, unwavering commitment to serve a higher purpose. When you prioritize service over recognition, every action, decision, and thought becomes an expression of your soul's mission. This shift transforms the way others perceive you, not through titles, but through the authenticity and depth of your influence. Service-based leadership requires humility. You step into positions of influence without the need to dominate, control, or prove yourself. Instead, you cultivate a presence that inspires others to rise, heal, and awaken their own potential. The more you focus on impact rather than image, the more profound your contributions become. Sacred responsibility also means accountability. You are not acting for temporary gain, but for the long-term well-being of the systems, people, and communities you touch. Every choice carries weight, and you become increasingly mindful of the ripple effects of your words and actions, knowing they can shape generations. Focusing on service over fame cultivates trust and respect. People naturally gravitate toward those whose intentions are pure and whose actions align with higher values. Your leadership becomes magnetic, not because you demand attention, but because your alignment resonates deeply with others. Ultimately, embracing sacred responsibility transforms your life into a living example of divine leadership. Recognition may come, but it is never the goal. Instead, fulfillment is found in witnessing growth, healing, and transformation, the true markers of God-shifted influence. Part of your divine role is to identify and break destructive cycles, whether they are emotional, cultural, or generational. These patterns, often invisible and inherited, shape the lives of those around you unless consciously addressed. By stepping into awareness, you gain the power to interrupt them, restoring integrity and balance. Healing begins with recognition. You must first see the patterns clearly, understanding where trauma, fear, or misinformation has been passed down. Spiritual power is not a fleeting phenomenon, but a sustained presence that shapes your reality. Daily practice, reflection, and alignment reinforce this integration, making it natural and effortless over time. The true beauty of living the God shift is its effect on others. Your presence becomes a source of inspiration, guidance, and healing. People feel your alignment, trust your wisdom, and are drawn toward their own awakening, creating a ripple effect that extends far beyond what you can immediately see. Ultimately, fully integrating the God shift is freedom. You exist simultaneously as human and divine, experiencing life with depth, joy, and mastery. Every thought, emotion, and action reflects purpose and power, and your life becomes a living testament to the extraordinary potential of awakened consciousness. The soul speaks in whispers, subtle nudges, and quiet intuition, often drowned out by the constant noise of opinions, expectations, and societal pressures. Learning to trust your inner guidance means prioritizing this quiet voice above external validation, understanding that your soul has insight far deeper than any external source. Every decision becomes an exercise in discernment. While advice, trends, or popular opinion may offer temporary reassurance, the soul's guidance is unwavering, grounded in the intelligence of your higher self. Listening to it develops confidence, independence, and clarity, teaching you that ultimate truth is internal rather than external. Trusting your inner guidance also transforms fear. When you act from soul alignment, hesitation, doubt, and uncertainty diminish because your decisions are anchored in wisdom that transcends logic or social influence. This builds resilience in ways that external approval never can. Real-world examples abound. Consider artists, innovators, and spiritual leaders who ignored criticism or societal norms, following an inner knowing that ultimately transformed culture and inspired generations. Their success was rooted in listening deeply to their soul rather than following the crowd. Finally, trusting inner guidance nurtures a sacred partnership between your human and divine selves. Each choice, step, and action becomes a reflection of alignment, transforming everyday life into a practice of spiritual attunement. The soul is always speaking. You simply have to have the courage to listen. Before any great achievement, unseen preparation is always at work. This invisible growth, emotional resilience, mental clarity, spiritual discipline is the foundation upon which divine authority is built. While the world sees only the results, the unseen work determines the depth longevity, and authenticity of your influence. Trials, setbacks, and challenges are often invisible exercises designed to refine character. These moments may feel frustrating or unjust, but each one sharpens discernment, strengthens resolve, and deepens spiritual insight. This preparation is not accidental, it is intentional, aligning you with your higher purpose before the world ever recognizes your potential. Invisible preparation also fosters humility. You understand that power is not earned overnight and that lasting impact emerges from patience, persistence, and inner alignment. Recognizing the unseen process builds gratitude for every stage of growth, even those that are painful or difficult. Consider spiritual leaders, visionaries, or innovators whose public success came only after years of unseen discipline. Their authority was not granted, it was earned in the quiet moments of dedication, reflection, and unseen refinement. These hidden hours are what make their influence enduring and transformative. Ultimately, embracing invisible preparation teaches you to trust the process. Each moment of inner growth, no matter how hidden or unacknowledged, contributes to the emergence of a powerful, aligned, and impactful self capable of manifesting divine authority. Healing is not just a personal journey, it is a spiritual prerequisite for authentic leadership. Emotional wounds, unresolved trauma, and mental clutter cloud judgment, distort perception, and limit influence. By committing to restoration, you clear these blocks, allowing your innate wisdom and authority to emerge fully. Emotional healing teaches empathy, patience, and compassion. Leaders who have processed their own pain are uniquely equipped to guide others with sensitivity, understanding, and insight. This creates an environment where trust, collaboration, and transformation flourish naturally. Spiritual restoration aligns your decisions with higher truth. Practices such as meditation, prayer, energy work, or reflective journaling help recalibrate the mind and heart, fostering clarity and purpose. When leadership flows from alignment, it is both powerful and benevolent. Mental healing is equally critical. By releasing limiting beliefs, self-doubt, and negative thought patterns, you cultivate resilience and focus. Life itself demonstrates that surrender to uncertainty brings growth. Ultimately, embracing uncertainty is a spiritual practice that aligns human experience with divine wisdom. By releasing control, you step into flow, allowing life to move with precision, grace, and purpose, making every challenge an opportunity for awakening and mastery. Your energy is your currency in the spiritual realm. How you manage it determines your ability to influence, create, and heal. Sacred responsibility over energy means cultivating awareness of how thoughts, emotions, and actions affect both yourself and the world around you. Every interaction leaves a trace. Negative, reactive, or misaligned energy not only impacts your own clarity and power, but can ripple outward, affecting communities, systems, and relationships. Managing energy consciously is therefore both self-care and stewardship. Techniques for energy management include mindfulness, grounding practices, and intentional reflection. Awareness of mental and emotional states allows you to prevent burnout, maintain focus, and enhance spiritual resonance, ensuring that your influence remains constructive and aligned. Energy management also involves discernment in relationships and environments. Surrounding yourself with people, places, and practices that nourish rather than drain fosters growth clarity, and resilience, enhancing your ability to act from a place of power. Ultimately, mastering energy is mastering life itself. By protecting and intentionally directing your vibration, you amplify your impact, embodying the God-shifted principle that spiritual authority begins with alignment, integrity, and conscious presence. Challenges are not obstacles. They are catalysts for growth, refinement, and empowerment. Spiritual alchemy teaches that trials, when approached consciously, can be transformed into wisdom, resilience, and influence, shaping your character in profound ways. Each challenge carries a lesson. By shifting perspective, you see setbacks not as failures, but as messages, opportunities, and prompts for inner expansion. This mindset transforms fear, frustration, or pain into fuel for personal and spiritual evolution. The alchemy of challenges requires reflection and intentional action. By asking, "What is this teaching me?" or "How can I use this for growth?" you convert difficult experiences into actionable insights that enhance leadership, creativity, and spiritual authority. Historical and contemporary examples abound. Innovators, spiritual leaders, and visionaries often emerge stronger from adversity, using lessons learned in darkness to illuminate paths for others. Their trials become the foundation for influence and wisdom. Ultimately, challenges are sacred tools for transformation. When approached with awareness, courage, and faith, they become gold, spiritual currency that strengthens your ability to create, lead, and manifest in alignment with divine purpose. Your journey is sacred, extraordinary, and uniquely yours. Each step, challenge, and awakening is preparing you to embody a life of purpose, influence, and divine alignment. Remember, the God shift is not a destination. It is a continuous unfolding, where every moment offers an opportunity to expand, transform, and live fully in harmony with your higher self. From one seeker to another, know that your presence matters. Your courage to awaken, heal, and integrate your light and shadow is already inspiring those around you, even in ways you cannot yet see. Trust your inner guidance, honor your journey, and celebrate the small victories. They are the building blocks of your extraordinary destiny. If this message resonated with you and you want more guidance on awakening your inner power, aligning with purpose, and stepping into your highest self, make sure to subscribe and join this community of awakened souls. Together, we can continue exploring, growing, and transforming one inspired step at a time.